G'day, I'm Warwick Schiller and it's time for another blog. Recently I had a 10-year-old Warmblood mare in training here, and she'd been a brood mare all her life, and the lady that sent it to me recently purchased her, and she decided she'd see if she'd make a riding horse, you know. So she's a 10-year-old Warmblood mare, never been started before, never been ridden. So she came here and we went through the whole process. Now initially she was very snorty and worried and spooky and all that sort of thing, but she got over that and she ended up being pretty nice. And I think she was here for about 4 months, and when the owner came to see her in the end, she was just over the moon. I mean, this horse went around nice and forward and soft and engaged, and you know, she was pretty nice, and the owner got pretty excited about it. But what she did was she took that mare home, and even though she'd only had the basics on her, she thought because she was going around so well that, oh well, I just think, you know, I wanted to look pretty. And so she tied her up to a tie pole or a hitching rail, went inside and got the clippers and walked up to her and turned the clippers on right in front of her, and of course the mare pulled back and had a bit of a fit. You know, the mare wasn't ready to be clipped, you know, like she was a really sensitive mare, and after 4 months we'd had a lot of stuff going on, but clipping's one of the last things I would do with one, you know. And that's what the purpose of my blog today is about: cosmetics. Do not be worried about the cosmetic things, like whether your horse's bridle path is clipped or their muzzle's clipped or whatever, before you do all the other training. You know, that would be like saying, you know, I want my 6-year-old daughter to have a push-up bra and lipstick and a miniskirt because I think that would look cool. Yeah, well, she wouldn't think it would look cool, and it wouldn't do a whole lot for her self-esteem either. So, you know, don't worry about the cosmetic stuff. Give them all the basics, and eventually you can get to the cosmetic stuff. Anyway, so like this lady, you know, we'd worked on clipping this horse, but we hadn't got it clipped yet. We've been working on introducing it to it, but like I said, she was a pretty worried sort of a mare, and you know, but if you think about clipping, there is a noisy thing that vibrates and feels funny, touching the most sensitive parts of your body. You know, that's probably the last thing you ever really want to do with a horse. So anyway, this whole blog is about don't get carried away with cosmetics. You know, I've had young horses when I first start them here, and they might get hot and sweaty the first couple of days. I don't hose them off, because if I haven't desensitized them to all the desensitizing, you know, all the stuff that I can desensitize them with, I don't bother hosing them, because if they're not good with all the desensitizing and the other stuff, they're probably not good with the hose. And if I'm hosing them and they get to the end of the hose and then I run out of hose and I have to stop hosing them while they're running away, they're learning to run away. I would rather they were a bit sweaty for a couple of days. You know, I've never seen a team of people out in the wilderness bloody hosing off the Brumbies in Australia or the Mustangs in America when they get hot and sweaty. They just live with that. But anyway, so that's my take on cosmetic stuff. Try not to get too carried about how they look like that until you get all your basics down pat. Hope that helps. See you guys next time.